guys, thanks for tuning into the channel today. Before we go out on this test, I'll just go over a few things. The 6mm spacers, what I've got, they come from England, and before I got onto these, there was a guy I was watching on the YouTube channel he runs called Dorman Diaries, and I checked it out, and that's how I bumped into the spacers. So I decided after that, he had a link there, and I ended up contacting a friend of his by the name of Graham on Facebook. Went ahead, ordered the spacers, and the rest is history. So we're at the stage now where I've actually fitted the spacers on the bike, and unfortunately I lost that bit of footage, but I'm going to put a link in the description, so if you want to go back and have a look at the description, there's one there for Dorman Diaries, and that will show you his page how to go about fitting these spacers into the front fork areas. And there'll also be a link there if you want to go ahead and order the spacers. And when you think what the spacers in Australia cost me roughly this, $50 delivered, or a shade over 50, but not much over. It's only a few dollars, a couple of dollars. So apart from that, we'll talk about my bike, seeing I've lost a bit of that footage, and I don't want to pull the bike apart just to go ahead and do it again. So this bike's got the no-tone bar end risers on it, so in my case I had to remove the 4 screws on the bar risers and pull the bars back over the tank. Naturally I covered it, that gave me clean access to the fork nuts there. Now after you remove those nuts, and it was just a matter of undo them and wind them straight out. My particular bike is still standard in this area, and as you can see it's still got the high ridge here where they come through the mount there. So I didn't really have to undo these. I just undid the top cap and just put the spacers in, back up inside the cap area. They sit in upside down and go straight back in and recess back into the cap. And it was just a really dead easy fit, like 10 or 15 minutes roughly. I had no trouble at all putting them together. So that's all you'd really need to know on that side. But like I said, there's going to be a link there for you for Dorman Diaries, and if you want to go into further, check his out. He's got a lot of stuff there on 650s, so I'm sure you'll get some good information off that site, and you'll be able to go from there. And more importantly, we may get out now and give this bike a bit of a test run, see what you think, and see whether or not it appeals to you. What I did on this test, I picked what I thought was the worst road around here I could ride the bike on, because I was more interested to see how it handles rough roads where, in particular, I've got to get off this bike, and on the 500 I've got to ride this road, and I thought that's what I'm more interested in, having a better ride when I go over bumps rather than getting the steering shaking around a bit and tossing me about a bit. So let's get on to the ride, see what you reckon, and if you're interested, the links are there. So once again, thanks for tuning in, taking a look. I don't really like this road much at all. I hate going on the 500, I don't even like going on the 650. And when you think I'm only testing a $50 set of spacers, it's probably a hard road to even test it on, but I said I'd come out here and try it. So I'm here to give it a go. And considering I've got a bit of a lower back problem, nerve problem in the lower back, I'm really not looking forward to going down this road at all. But we'll give it a hit. One hit only. I'm only planning on riding this bike and test these spacers really on bumpy roads to see how it tracks. I know when I've been out along this road before, it's got a habit of jumping around on the road a bit, clunking there on the front end, causing me a bit of drama there. So we'll just see how it goes on that line. But like I said, out of all the roads I ride, this is the one I don't like. I spend more time off the seat on the 500 than I do on the seat. Okay, so I'll sit on 100 kilometres an hour along here, see how it rides these bumps. And let's ride. There's a first bump. Second. Just running straight over him. Over it. Again. Again. Really good. Over it. Over it. Again. Again. Now. 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 Again. Now. 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 Whack. 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 Really good. Track's really nice. Never moved off beat. Bang. Bang. Ah. Again. Just sitting on 100k 60. Very impressed. Whack. All you do is feel the front wheel go over it. Actually really, really good. Never got off the seat once. Again. You've got no idea when you sit on this bike how bad this road is till you're on that 500. Again. This is one shitty road. We'll swing around to go back because there's no party the other way either. I was pretty impressed by that. I tell you what, you just go over it and that really really is pretty impressive. You really wouldn't expect a couple of spaces to work so well, but they do. And this is just my opinion here because I actually bought the spaces, so I just tell you now if I thought they were rubbish, but tell you what, but I'm certainly impressed at how it went over those bumps because I'm not having you on, I really hate this road. But I only ride it sometimes because I've got no choice because where I want to go I have to travel along it. And when I ride the 500 or this bike I get off the seat usually because I know the bumps are coming up. And it doesn't matter which way you're going. They're there to hit you. This way here, going back, is as bad as going the other way. In fact, possibly worse. But you can feel them come up and they'll hit the front end now and they just hit it and you go straight over it. So we're just sitting on 50 mile an hour, 80 k's at the moment. That's the speed zone here. See that one there, just bounced straight over it. And remember, it's only, and again, we're only paying $50 for this. It's not as if we're paying $200 or $300 or $500 for a suspension upgrade. Just hard to believe. Look at that, bounce over that really big bump there. Not a noise from the front end. Just up around this corner there's some real good ones. So right where that car is.
You see it in, drop then. Now, whack, here. Again. Just straight over him. Coming up now. Whack. There. Again. Straight over the top of them. I'm now riding over bumps which once existed and no longer exist. Again. Very impressive. Okay, it looks like I can find one fault wrong with them. I don't think he's charging enough for them. I think he's selling them too cheap. I think he should rip the price up because you're getting too good a deal. Doesn't worry me because I already bought them. Best thing about it, I found it very easy to fit. Wow. It's hard to believe how well this runs with those on it. Oh well, that gives you an idea what they run like on a crappy Australian back road. Unfortunately, if anyone wants to do any fast cornering runs or that and see how they perform that way, that's not for me. All I'm concerned about how they ride the bumps and how it tracks after it hits the bumps and whether it got rid of that clunky noise up in the front end, which I haven't heard once. Everything's working good. I'm happy with them. Got good value for money, and that's about all I can say. It's up to you whether you want to buy them after that. Look at this, roughest part there, just tracked right over it. Pretty good. Come on, get over. There's another real bad bump just up here. I'll tell you when we get to it, just where that tree, that blossom tree is, right up there. So hit it around 50. Just coming up in here. Now. Look, straight over it. That one I always get off the seat. I'll show you another one up here, bad one too. Tell you what, pretty good. Another one just up here, near this sign on the left. Now you'll see it when we come up. Now, see, just straight over it. Oh, I sat on the seat too. Now even though we're in town, another one, look, straight over. And you might think now I'm in town things are better, but they're no bloody different. Now you watch, we're coming into the 80 zone. Here's a bad stretch along here. You watch, running over it now.
It's far. Look at that. Straight over. Here.
Straight over again. Just yeah, very impressed. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that.